24 podcast, where lifelong friends Dean Legiro and Eric Kuber share their love of all things music and movies. Dean has directed short films and is a music trivia buff. And Eric, trained in audio engineering, brings his extensive knowledge of music and film to the conversation as they discuss, debate, and celebrate their favorite albums, films, and much more.
Welcome, everybody, to the Horse Voice podcast. This is for people that like deep tones.
Is this
very deep voices?
Yeah, it's changing weather, right?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I was attacked by a virus.
But you didn't have COVID. That's a good
No,
thing.
don't have the Rona.
No.
The only Rona is Corona, the beer with the lime in it. I don't even like Corona anymore.
No.
I used to drink, like Corona used to be a thing. Oh, you put the lime in, you turn it upside down.
Oh yeah,
the lime go to the top. It's too skunky for me. So anyway,
it's nothing but piss anyway. So
yeah, that basically nowadays. Yeah, it's with the advent of like craft beers and everybody and their mother making beer in their basement. It's like kind of like I think it falls off to the wayside. But anyway, thank you everybody for joining us on the first November, our only November edition. We'll talk about that in a little while too. But thank you, whoever's here. Say hi. We've got one person in the chat. One person in the chat that's joined us. Oh, now it jumped up to 4.
Look at that.
Welcome aboard. Hey Kelly, how are you? Everybody, let me know that you're here so I can do as little talking as possible. The more talking I do, the more I'll have to lubricate my vocal cords.
Tell everybody what you're drinking there, Dean.
Oh, let's see who's here first before I reveal that.
Okay.
Let's get some more hellos. Welcome aboard to the 3324 podcast live edition. We do these at least once or twice a month. Mm-hmm. Our chance to interact with our audience.
Well, it's a live and then a trivia. Right?
There we go. So we've already got a subject. We've got a subject already that we could file away. Thoughts on the recent Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductions. We will definitely get to that, Mike. Thanks for that. That's a great starting point. That's some good material. I didn't even think of that. They just had the inductions. I am under, I don't know what I'm under, but I'm under something. I don't know if I'm under the weather or the weather's under me. Yeah. But I'm coming out of it.
Yeah. His
I
voice
pulled it together enough to.
His voice does, believe it or not, sound a lot better.
I pulled it together enough to do our episode yesterday. So
yeah,
I kind of O'Connor. I girded my loins and pulled it together, and it's kind of falling apart. But that's okay. Thank you everybody for for joining us. Put a hello into the chat so we know that you're here. We've got 3 people, but 4 people watching. So hey, and if you're passing by, stay for a while. Mm-hmm. Hang out. We're gonna give away some stuff at the end. It's always a fun time, and it's very interactive. So if you're passing through on the feed, I'm gonna wave hi to you as you're scrolling by, as we're scrolling by. But we appreciate even just stopping by. It's great. So so how are you doing, Eric? Enough about me.
I'm doing good. We just dropped our latest episode today.
Yeah,
it was a very good one. I thought very interesting conversation. Yeah. Sinead O'Connor. She's been out of the spotlight for quite some time, and we had a nice discussion about her. And this was an album that Dean and I loved back in the day, and it was really great to revisit it. So we've had some interesting.
I know what loins means.
So check it out, guys.
I know what loins means. It's supposed to be ironic, but this dog has been for some reason pestering me. So. I don't know what
he knows you're not feeling good. That's why.
Yeah, you think so?
There you go. Yeah.
He just wants food. That's it. He knows I'm a soft touch when I'm not feeling well. So yeah, check out our Sinead O'Connor episode, which is a lot of fun. It was on the list for a while.
Hello, Christy.
There's Christy. Hello. Yep. Thank you for joining us. Welcome aboard. So and
tell us what you think. I mean, we've made some interesting points in this one. We would really like to get your feedback if you so desire. Just drop it in the chat or drop us next time we get live. If you want to make some comments, we'd really love to hear from you. So it's always open. Every episode is always open for that. Yes. But I think this one,
I don't think we've ever asked anybody to not comment. Like, don't say anything.
Don't say anything.
We don't want to hear anything about this episode. Although maybe our ELO episodes, we might be like, you know what? We don't, if you're going to complain, just don't.
We don't want to.
Don't. You know, you're going to have to deal with a certain amount of ELO episodes or
certain amount.
Related Beatles. No, well, Beatles is more.
Well,
believe it or not,
but
Jeff comes up a lot, but the Beatles actually have more.
Jeff Lynne comes up a lot, but it's associated there. So I mean,
yeah. But we've actually done
deal now, package deal.
We've actually done more Beatles and Beatles related since we've done 3 Beatles and we've done a Paul McCartney episode. So they're by far.
And
I was looking. I'm like, wow.
Don't forget Traveling Wilburys.
And Traveling Wilburys.
Yeah.
I was thinking, do we need to do another Doors episode?
I would love to.
Because we did LA Woman, and I'm like, wow. What about Morrison Hotel, or what about like, and any other one? I'm like, kind of like, we kind of
do Strange Days. That's my
okay. Yeah, we kind of left them in the dust,
Or here's one. How about Weird Scenes? I mean, that was interesting.
Yeah, it's a greatest hits though. So
but it's a good compilation though, and it's the one that we kind of got to know the Doors with. But
very true. We'll
mention it anyway.
Yes,
as we always do.
We take side roads, which is fine. But thank you everybody for joining us. If you stopped in and you haven't, look at this fun fact for those who didn't know from Mike Legiro. Went to his first and only Jeff Lynne concert at Madison Square Garden with his father and whoever his uncle is. Best concert ever.
Yeah. He took me to
that was
see
a great
it too.
time.
We took Radio City. We saw.
I take a lot of people. Hey, listen, if you
friend John,
get to know me, and I'll buy you tickets to.
Tears were shed. Tears were shed. It only took 40 years to see the man. Live.
That was an emotional experience.
Definitely a bucket list thing for sure. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. So thank you for that. Tonight, Mike has already given us a great subject, so we're going to touch on that. We're not going to be doing another episode. We're not going to be doing another live show this month, only because the next one would be the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
People are either going to be traveling or cooking or preparing, and we don't want to get in the way of that. What's up? What's up with my voice? I was not at a New Kids on the Block concert. I was at a Menudo reunion concert.
Why?
To see Ricky Martin.
That's pretty random. Why?
Historical drama. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard, Sean. Thank you for joining us.
See how we love you people. See, we're always thinking of you. We know you're going to be doing some traveling, if whatever. So that's why we're not doing another.
Yeah. So we will not we will not be doing a live show, but we will be putting out our normal Thursday episode. Will be out before Thanksgiving. It'll be out the day before Thanksgiving, and it is a special watershed moment. I'm not going to give the details out now. All I will say is our first episode where we will not be talking about music, movies, or television. We are going to go off topic and try something a little different. So that's kind of exciting. So if I've wet your whistle for it, and I was not at a Lindsey Buckingham concert as well.
The anticipation. That's right. He canceled on you, didn't he?
Yeah, the reason why we're doing it on Thursday is because yesterday I was supposed to be at a Lindsey Buckingham concert,
right?
At the Capitol Theater in Port Chester, and Lindsey Buckingham has canceled the rest of his tour due to illness. Wow. And he did that with his European leg. He touring Europe, and then he had to cancel. Pulled himself back together, scheduled dates for a U.S. tour, started that tour, started canceling dates, and I had a feeling, I'm like, he's not going to make it. And unfortunately, he canceled the rest of his tour, and that's where I was supposed to be yesterday.
Best wishes to Lindsey. I'll do the famous nod, the bow that he did.
Hand over the heart for Lindsey Buckingham.
Hopefully he's recovering, and he's back on more soon.
So we do have some pride. We're going to do some Thanksgiving trivia, though, informal, just for fun. Of course, we've got the Wheel of Names out. So let me start putting names in the Wheel of Names. First of all, we got Kelly. We have Michael. We have
Beth. We have
Christy.
We have historical drama.
Yes, and Christy's going to complain about the prize. I can tell you that right now. But what are we going to do? Nothing we can do about it. No, you could stay as you, historical drama, if you want. That's fine.
What's up with that? What up with that? Yeah. See,
that's right.
He's got it. Yep.
What up with that? So we're going to be, I thought it would be interesting, or I thought it would be fun to give you guys a leg up for Thanksgiving with tonight's giveaways, our fun stuff.
Hello,
Or
Dwight.
it's something that if you're, hey, Sean is back. Hey, Dwight.
And Dwight Burke is here.
And Sean is back.
As soon as we mention
himself.
the wheel, see, that's the thing. You mentioned the wheel, and Dwight Burke.
It's like Beetlejuice. You say, I say I'm going to put names on the wheel, and then he shows up. There's Ray. Wow.
Ray Fry. Hello.
Ray's here nice and early, too. Thank you.
Hear from you.
Awesome. No, it's pretty close, though. So what we're going to be giving away tonight, we're going to do some light trivia, not for points, but just for fun, and talk about some things. But what I thought would be fun is get everybody... either this can be... You can use this to bring... If you're visiting relatives or folks for Thanksgiving, you can bring this as a, hey, I brought this. Or you can just have it yourself and say, well, this is perfect. None other. There's nothing else but tonight's prizes will be a tin of butter cookies. This is like a holiday staple. So we're going to be giving away quite a few tins of these cookies. So we're going to get them mailed out to you.
And come on, you all have to admit, when you're in the
Except for
grocery
Christy.
store, you shop that aisle, you want those butter cookies.
Or they're on the end cap, right?
let's
They're
not-
in the giant displays of them.
Yeah, okay. Let's not
Right.
Deny that. You want them. But no, they do make a great sort of...
Kelly says, "Yay, something to
store my crafts in.
So she's gonna open the tin.
Oh my goodness!
throw the cookies out in
Who
the
knows
street.
that better
and say,
than
"Hey, I got my
me?
tin."
Every jar of tomato sauce, every container that we get from Chinese food.
There you go, Sean.
Gotta
Saying
save it. Gotta save it.
use the
Yep.
tin for crayons when you're done. No, I just eat the cookies and then throw it away. Royal Dansk in the house. Yep, that's what these are. I believe these are Royal Dansk butter cookies.
Yeah.
So we'll be giving away quite a few tins. So you can bring it as a gift and say, "Hey, I brought dessert. I brought a snack," or you can just eat them yourself.
But at least
Whichever you want to do is fine.
right. If you're unsure what to bring, at least you're bringing something.
Yeah.
You got something under your arm. There you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Throw it
So
on the table.
let's get back to Mike. Mike gave us a subject. As soon as he came into the room, he was the second one in the room, and he automatically threw something down. And
He means business. He means business.
this is what he threw down. So let's talk about this. This past week was the inductions for the most recent Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You won't see the video of it for a while.
Probably not till December, I believe.
Yeah, if that, or maybe even
Yeah.
next year, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not sure how far
I think
away it is.
No, I think HBO. I think they announced that it was being released in December.
They do. Okay.
Yeah.
So, who were the inductees this year? Well, it was a really interesting. I'm not going to go through everyone. We'll go through the main ones. You've got Pat Benatar, Duran Duran, Eminem, Eurythmics, Dolly Parton, Lionel Richie, Carly Simon, Jimmy Jam, and Terry Lewis, and Judas Priest, and Jimmy Iovine, for those that don't know, and Elizabeth Cotton, who I mentioned actually in our quick hit about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee. So I think it was a bittersweet evening, mainly because of Duran Duran. Did you hear about Duran Duran?
Yeah. Andy Taylor. Yeah.
Yeah. So the original lineup of Duran Duran was there was 5 original members in the heyday, and a lot of them are either named Taylor. Most of them are named Taylor.
Yeah.
There's Andy Taylor. There's John Taylor. There's
JT.
And then the drummer his last name is Taylor also. And then there's Nick Rhodes and Simon Le Bon. So they finally got inducted, and good on them. They're one of the groups that kind of never gave up, even though the hits dried up. They just still tour. They're still out there. They're still making new music. So when they got inducted this past week, there was only 4 of them, and they had to announce that Andy Taylor, the original guitarist, is in stage 4. He had prostate cancer, I think, that has spread. Outlook is not good for him, and they read an emotional letter from Andy to everybody thanking him and everything. So it's kind of bittersweet that to see Duran Duran get inducted, but not to have like one of the original members who would have been there, and he said, I would have, I wish I could be, love nothing more, but just not strong enough. Not strong enough.
Yeah, sad.
So it's
Sad.
it's too bad. Yeah, and along with Duran Duran, you've got the Eurythmics from the 80s. I mean, they for me,
Well
I remember
deserved.
they kicked off the British new wave invasion for me. I remember hearing Sweet Dreams was like one of the first Brit pop 80s synth electronic songs. I remember hearing that. And I was like, oh wow, this is something really different. And Annie Lennox's voice is very very unique.
Yeah. Yeah. They had a very unique look, style, and production style too.
Yeah.
So
And then they kind of transitioned. Their sound evolved. It became a little more soulful.
very uplifting start. Thanks, Steve.
Well, you're welcome.
Let's throw it out there. Hey, we got to
I'm
get
just
the bad
reporting
news
the
out.
news. I'm not like, I'm not like storytelling. I'm letting you know what's going on. So, but yeah, Eurythmics, short-lived, didn't have a long shelf life. I don't think they barely made it into the 80s if they did, right? Without like reunions.
Yeah, they kind
Right?
of fizzled out, but then Annie Lennox soared on her
Yeah,
own.
then in the 90s, she kind of took off on her
yeah.
thing.
Yep.
But they had that song, Would I Lie to You? They had Missionary Man. They had, Here Comes the Rain again. So there was a lot there. And and then David Stewart, who's the other half, the silent half, kind of like the Jeff Lynne.
He's Jeff Lynne. He always reminded me.
He looks like him. He became a producer in his own right.
And they've crossed paths.
Yeah.
Working with Tom Petty and,
Dave Edmonds and all these people. They just, it's that community out there in California that they all just kind of very tightly knit. So that's kind of like that covers the 80s, but there's only really two artists that got inducted from the 70s. One was Judas Priest, which was a very interesting thing. I think they kind of deserved it. They really epitomized, metal and that whole aesthetic. And they were one of those bands that you kind of always heard on classic rock radio. Not hits. They didn't have really hits, but it was like that kind of Living After Midnight and Breaking the Law, and they were just always there. So they had the staying power as well, and they still very prolific. So more importantly, Pat Benatar finally got in. She was.
Well, you mentioned Carly Simon too.
Carly Simon. Well, yeah, she's. 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 You're right. She's kind of. I was thinking of her more like late 60s, but probably 70s.
Yeah.
Benatar, an oversight for years in rock and roll. She should have definitely gotten in earlier.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have been this long. She's kind of I think of Benatar when I think of Foreigner, and I think of Journey. I think of Bob Seger. I think of Steve Miller Band. Pat Benatar is in that group, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you follow this stuff more than I do, to be honest with you.
You never listen to Pat Benatar?
I listen to Pat Benatar, but I'm talking about inductees to the Rock and Roll.
Oh, okay.
Fame. I'm not saying I'm not a fan. You follow it every year, and for me, I don't know who's in, who's not in, to be honest.
Well, I mean, I think you would agree she should have probably gotten in
it's
early.
It's gratifying to know that these people do deserve to be there, sure. But
yeah, she should have gotten in early. And Carly Simon, if anybody, should have gotten in way earlier than now.
Yeah.
A singer-songwriter like her, I mean, she was in there in the beginning. We did our episode about Carole King.
Yeah.
Carly Simon was right there.
Does she rank there with Carole King?
I think she
Joni
does.
Mitchell, and I think so too.
Oh my God, maybe even more so. I mean, she, as far as hits go, Carly Simon was all over the 70s. Carly Simon was just like between that and then she, they became a power couple. She, her and James Taylor got married. They did that song Mockingbird, which is a great version of it.
Yeah.
He was a wreck at that time, though. He was deep in the throes of heroin, but she was so in love with him. If you go look at interviews of back then, she was just so in love with that man, and he was such a mess.
Yeah,
he was such a mess that he couldn't keep it together. But she was so in love with him.
Hard to imagine someone like James.
Yeah,
Taylor.
you look at James Taylor now; he's like this elder statesman. He was a heroin addict. He was
such a calm presence all the time. Never. Yeah, I mean the 70s. I guess a lot of earlier interviews and stuff I didn't really get to see, but like later in years, like you just couldn't imagine him being
No.
So,
do I need a cough drop or Robitussin? Well, I'm drinking. This is the first cold beverage I've had in a while. This is some Irish cream. But in case if you are worried, Ray, I've got the Halls here.
there you go.
I've got the Halls. I could put the Halls on the rocks with the Irish cream. But I'm getting over it. I'm getting over it.
Honey and lemon. That's.
I don't have any honey in the house. I don't have any lemon either. The only honey is my daughter, and she's sleeping over here in a pillow.
Drop a Robitussin or into Robitussin.
I drink that right out of the, I drink the the NyQuil right out of the bottle. I don't dose it out.
Yeah.
Like when I drink that, first of all, I live by myself, so there's no one to yell at me. I don't pour it in the cup. Yeah, like that little shot glass. I may as well just drink it. Am I wrong?
Yeah, but that stuff is.
Am I wrong?
You're drinking like codeine.
I'm not chugging it. I can.
That stuff knocks it out, man. You can't mess with that.
That's the point.
Yeah, but I mean, I
do have the serious.
Every time I mean, even just a dose. The next day, I hate the way I feel. I wake up.
That's the point. It makes you groggy. It's supposed to knock you out.
Groggy, and I feel even more like shit in the morning, like than the
Mockingbird.
symptoms,
Yeah. Mock. Yeah. Bird. Yeah. My squeaky voice. So yeah.
I remember, but getting back to Carly Simon, the one thing I always remember is that the video she made of that live performance of
Martha's Vineyard.
Nobody Does It Better.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. And
that was for the Bond movie.
If you guys are in any James Bond fans out there's a new doc on Prime all about the music of the series, all the singers, all the songs. It's really good, really good. It's a nice,
Yeah, she did not perform. She opted to not perform. So they had some. There was a little controversy there as well. I think it was Brandy Carlisle was scheduled to perform someone else, and actually, she wasn't announced, but Alanis Morissette was scheduled to perform. She showed up to the rehearsal.
Yeah.
She said, "I'm not comfortable with the way I'm being treated by the production staff. I'm leaving."
Yeah,
and she just left. And they just had to figure something else out.
That's Alanis.
Yeah. She's like, this is not working for me. Whatever's going on here. There's not a lot of detail in it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's too bad. It is what it is, though. But
there's always something, right? There's always why. Then you start to wonder, like,
they got the View to Kill.
Is it even worth watch it or be caring about this stuff when there's some kind of controversy every time?
Always controversy
or arguments, right? And bad feelings, and they can't.
It comes up a lot in our episodes because we talk about groups that have gotten inducted,
right? But they can't pack that shit away for the night, and just
don't mess
suck
with
it up and just
don't mess with Alanis.
No, don't.
on the rap end of it, you got Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, who are very prolific. Artists, producers. I mean, they were on everything in the 80s and the early 90s, working with Janet Jackson. They were like the producing duo to go to.
Yeah.
If you wanted a hit. And then Eminem, who really just kind of destroyed rap. Again, it's this guy comes in and just lays waste with his albums. That first album, My Name Is, proves himself a capable actor in 8 Mile, right, by Curtis Hanson. Wins an Academy Award for Lose Yourself, which was one of the songs from the album. Again, we did an episode on the Beastie Boys, but this was another artist that kind of broke those barriers and kind of what's this guy doing here? This white guy from Minneapolis or wherever, Detroit, wherever he's from.
Right.
What's he doing in this game? It doesn't matter if you've got the ability. That's what it's about, right? If you got it's not, like Vanilla Ice. He didn't last because it wasn't a real thing. It wasn't the real deal, right? That was a gimmick. That was a character.
Yep.
Eminem was real. His story was real. What he went through is real. And how he portrays that in his music is real.
He had a hard, just like a lot of other people did, and it's like a lot of blues people too, like white blues players. If blues is a state of mind, it's not. It's always about and rap is kind of like a new form of blues.
Yeah, it's what you've
experienced. What color you
experienced.
are, your experience, your hardships.
It's about your
is what
experience. Yeah,
the
exactly.
story that you're telling is right.
You're totally right. You're totally right. Now, in the in the why is this person in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame category, and this person, when they were nominated, questioned,
Dolly Parton.
why are you nominating me? I am not a rock artist. I respectful. If I get, this was when the nominations were announced, meaning they weren't the inductees yet; they were the nominations. And this artist said, if I do get inducted, I respectfully decline. I decline the nomination. I really shouldn't be in there. And you said it was Dolly Parton. Mm-hmm. She should absolutely be. If you're going to have rap artists in, right, and soul artists, why not country, right? And again, like I had said earlier in the past, it should just be called the Music Hall of Fame.
But country does have its own Hall of Fame, does it not?
So does rap. I'm sure rap does too.
Okay.
But she was a pop star. She was
she was a big crossover only because she did say something. She did say, "Hey, I don't belong here," which other artists haven't done that as far as I know.
But you know what she said?
But she's making a rock album.
She said, now that I got in, I'm making a rock album. Like that's kind of cool. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, okay, well, if you're inducting me, I'm going to make a rock album then.
There you go.
Probably in her mind to justify it.
Yeah.
Like I need, because she obviously was respectfully declining the invite. Yeah, he made a metal album for Christ's sake.
He made a metal with the freaking leather vest and everything.
So yeah, but again, Dolly Parton was a crossover artist. She had, Here You Come Again, 9 to 5. She had a lot of songs in the late 70s, early 80s that you were hearing on AM radio.
Yep.
Again, as much as any other pop artist. So her song, she should get in just for writing, I Will Always Love You.
Yeah.
Right? It's like one of the biggest selling songs of all time. So as a songwriter, there's that too. So she's a affordable,
and she's been around
presence on all fronts since forever.
She's been around for quite some time, and don't forget, what is rock and roll? Where did it come from? Right, blues,
country, yeah,
and an amalgam of both, and there you go. You got rock.
So
and
why,
roll.
yeah, so why not let country artists in?
Yep,
right, cool. All right, let's do a little Thanksgiving trivia. Right, everybody, this is not for points, so. We're gonna, we will have a holiday themed trivia in December, but this is some fun stuff just to kind of get things up. Don't forget, we're going to be giving away tins of butter cookies. So tins. And thank you to everybody who checked out our Sinead O'Connor episode. If you haven't yet, please do. It's a really important album. It's one that people may have missed in their musical journey, especially in '87. We're actually doing another album. We're going to be doing another podcast about an album from '87, which should be out next week. So it's like a double. It's going to be an interesting contrast of two artists that had debut albums in the same year with different results.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a really
music.
Yeah, it's going to be be a nice contrast. So
right. Yeah.
We're gonna leave. We'll kind of leave the mystery there for now. But let's do a some Thanksgiving trivia. So it's very popular for presidents to give they have the turkey that they get to the White House, and then they
Tiffany,
not Tiffany. Sean, I'll let you know when I think we're alone now.
Very good, Sean. Very good.
It's very popular for presidents to pardon the White House turkey, so they don't kill it.
Yeah.
Who was the first president to pardon a turkey?
Oh my goodness.
Which president was the first to give the turkey the presidential pardon? Sorry for the coughing.
Just take another swig.
It's almost done, then I'm onto the hall.
Now you got me doing it. See, it's like yawning. And I got the tea with the lemon.
We've got an Eisenhower. Who was the first president to give a presidential pardon to the turkey?
Teddy Roosevelt.
We got a Teddy. Not the bear and not Ruxpin.
Sean Grady says Cleveland.
Cleveland. That would be Grover. Not the Sesame Street.
Christie said, I guess George Washington.
GW.
Yeah, GW.
Not the bridge. See, I've got a response for everything.
Ray Fry says Taft.
Taft, not the mac and cheese. Bush 89, so that would be Bush 40. What was he? 30.
Junior or senior? That would be
Bush 89 is senior.
Senior, yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else? We got a Lincoln.
Lincoln.
Nope, not the vehicle that Matthew McConaughey drives. All right. 41. No one got it. Christie circled around it. Dwight circled around it. It was Reagan. Ronald Reagan.
Oh.
Issued the first presidential pardon for a turkey.
Well.
Before that, they chopped the head off. They killed it.
That's surprising.
Hey, Elizabeth Berg, how are you?
Hey.
Gonna put you into the wheel of names.
There you go.
Elizabeth B. Yeah, Reagan was the first one to issue that presidential pardon. Isn't that interesting?
That's very surprising, yeah.
Here's a here's a musical one. Let's see if you get this. What 18-minute monologue is performed on many rock and classic rock stations every Thanksgiving? You can't if you grew up in the 70s and the 80s listening to classic rock, you heard this on NEW at some point, and they would play it probably many times. So what 18-minute monologue is performed on many rock and classic rock stations every Thanksgiving? I'm going to wait before I put it up. John DeGoog is here in the house.
Hello. Free bird.
We put you into the wheel of names. Thanks for making it, John. We appreciate it. Appreciate you.
We have.
I'll put up wrong answers. Not Freebird. I'm not sure Freebird is 18 minutes, but it feels like it.
Oh yeah.
We've got a couple of correct answers. Hey, John. It is, and I'll put up the person that got it first. Mr. Historical Drama himself. Alice's Restaurant by Arlo Guthrie, son of Woody Guthrie. And then it was made into a movie, too. Oddly enough, based on that. But, yeah, it's kind of a stream of consciousness song type thing and a story in it. Probably hear it on like NPR nowadays. I'm sure they'll play it on like public radio.
Right.
I don't think you hear it. I don't know if they play it on classic rock stations anymore, right? What do you think?
No, I don't think so. Good times. Thoughts for your
sweaty balls. What state? So you've got a 1 in 50 shot. What state raises the most amount of turkeys? Yeah, FUV if you're in the New York area is a great station. Justin Great Barrington at the Guthrie Center. That's up in the Berkshires.
What state
raises the most
turkeys? Okay.
Amount of turkeys. The only hint I'm going to give, it's a 1 in 50 chance, but I'm actually going to slim your chance. I'm going to slim your choices down. This state has a football team. How about that? This state has a football team.
Dwight Burke says Kennedy and Ronnie pardoned turkeys, but didn't become official to Bush Sr. Okay.
Technicality.
Okay.
Illinois, incorrect. Texas, incorrect.
Christie, a sleepy state.
PA, incorrect.
I was going to say Pennsylvania.
Mass, incorrect. Yes, it is an NFL team, not soccer. Colorado. No, Colorado? They even have turkeys in Colorado?
Well,
Good guesses. What state raises the most turkeys?
North Carolina.
And it ain't Florida, but North Carolina. That's a good answer. But it's not it either. There's no football.
It's got to
team.
be like a.
There's no football team in Maine, Sean.
It's got to be something way out there, right? I'm sure.
Not really. Not
No?
really. It's not New York. I'll give you that. So it's not Buffalo or New York.
Nor Jersey or no.
Technically, there's no Jersey football teams. They play in
Well,
Jersey.
I know,
They're not
but
called
I
football.
know. I'm just saying.
Missed the NFL clue. Okay, Sean, take another shot then. Let me see if I can give everybody a hint. If you're an NFL fan, you'll get the hint. The hint is Skull, Minnesota. That's it. The Vikings. Home of the Vikings. Minnesota raises the most amount of turkeys. Also known as the state I pretend to be from. I used to tell people I'm from Minnesota.
Why?
Because it made me more interesting.
Oh, really? Okay.
As if I wasn't interesting enough.
Need to head out. Can still be. Can I
Yes, you
still be
can.
in the running for the cookies? Yes.
Yes, you can.
I'll make sure of that.
Let's talk a little bit about Thanksgiving movies.
Because. Oh God. Here we go.
And there we go. 36 minutes in.
Shot.
36 minutes in.
Oh, broadsided. Good Lord.
From the book depository, the fourth floor.
The magic bullet.
That's it. What kind of, for me, if I go back to when I was young, which has changed for me now, and Eric, you'll probably agree, because it's got to be a New York thing.
Okay.
I'm going to guess. March of the Wooden Soldiers.
Oh, yeah.
And then King Kong.
King Kong.
On
Why?
Thanksgiving, right? Why? I don't know.
March of the Wooden Soldier I could see.
But that's
Laurel and Hardy.
technically, yeah, but it's a Christmas film.
Yeah, but it kicks off
Really?
the Christmas season. I can understand that. But King Kong? Why King Kong? I never
I
understood.
don't know. You know what? Channel 11 WPIX, they were fucking geniuses.
Yeah.
Whatever formula they used to figure it out, King Kong on Thanksgiving just made sense. Mm-hmm. Right? I don't know why.
Miracle on 34th Street. Yeah.
So that's what I was getting. March of the Wooden Soldiers, right? So I was getting to Miracle on 34th Street. I don't recall ever really seeing it that much when I was young. Miracle on 30. I'd heard of it, kind of, yada, yada, yada. But then when I saw it, I'm like, this is the ultimate Thanksgiving film because it's a Christmas film that starts at Thanksgiving.
At the Thanksgiving Day
Yeah,
parade.
it starts with the Thanksgiving Day parade. So it actually is perfect to watch because they're preparing turkey. They're doing the parade, and then it takes you through.
When Santa Claus shows up.
And it
Christmas
ends.
season
It
has
ends
begun.
on Christmas. It ends on Christmas morning. So
That's the tradition. Yeah.
Yeah. So it for me, for my money, Miracle on 34th Street is like the ultimate Christmas film because it covers. You can watch it at Thanksgiving.
Right.
Ray says that we listen to Christmas music on Thanksgiving. Sets it off.
How many people set up their tree on
Wait,
Thanksgiving?
we've got a Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz, don't they play usually during Easter?
Easter. Yeah.
Before we get to that, I mean, it
was
kind
more
of
of an
is one of
Easter.
those. It's one of those films you could show on a holiday.
Right.
Right.
And
It's not tied
typically was
to
around the
anything.
spring. So it was
Usually.
it was a spring title. Yeah.
But you can kind of slot that in on a holiday. So Eric was saying, who sets their tree up?
Who sets their tree up like the day after? Like
Elizabeth love watching Christmas movies and set up for Christmas on Thanksgiving.
I mean, nowadays everybody's hating Christmas because it's just so early. Everybody, the stores are really killing it. But the traditions at home. We're talking about like, do you pull out the Christmas decorations the day after, the day of? I know some people.
Yeah,
who
it looks
do
like
the day
Elizabeth
of.
does.
Yeah,
Elizabeth is definitely down for that. I'll start listening to Christmas music on the day after Thanksgiving. Kind of like, okay, I try and get one out of the way. Of course, if I'm in a store and they're playing it, I don't leave. But I try and hold off listening to the Christmas music until after Thanksgiving. Get that one out of the way. But they've become so intertwined because of Black Friday, right? You start shopping the day after for Christmas. And
the day
Elizabeth is
after?
driving Zach nuts with her Christmas singing already.
How about the day of? Nowadays, it's like 6:00 on Thanksgiving Day.
Well,
Their stores are.
You know what?
You
The tides are starting to turn. Some stores are now closing again,
Wow.
and
Good.
they're closed like REI, which is a big recreational store. They are actually closing on Friday too. They're like, we want our employees to go outside, spend time outside.
You're right, Christy. You're absolutely right. Retail ruins Christmas. Pushed way too soon, in my humble. I mean, this stuff is.
I don't know.
Halloween. Wasn't even here, and I've seen stores putting up.
Oh, of course they had the stuff up. Sean saying it's got to be after Thanksgiving that he's with me. Thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
Christmas forever.
More power to you, brother.
Wakanda forever. Christy, I would beg to differ. When I worked in retail, Christmas kind of got me. I felt more in the Christmas spirit because I would work at Eric and I worked in malls.
Yeah,
so you'd see the decorations, the people shopping, and even though I wasn't shopping and doing that, I was part of the hustle and bustle of it.
Oh,
and when you think about it, it's crazy. You work a lot of hours, but those shifts always went so quick when it was busy.
I remember working at Best Buy, and it was like it was like the Battle of Helm's Deep. and the two towers when the doors open, the people like rushing towards it. We were like hold the line. We're standing there and that's all we could do is just stand there and just because we had a usher people through and and people were asking you questions as they went through the line.
It was a great time though.
The exhilaration of working, if you were working in retail, yeah, sure, it was a different experience.
I remember that fondly.
Right.
Of having a lot of staff there, people coming in, getting them what they needed, getting them online. Mm-hmm. Getting them out, get them in. It's kind of like baseball. Get them on, get them over, and get them out.
There's nothing like giving that person what they really need because they've been looking for something and they couldn't find it, and then taking that whatever it was and putting it in their hand, saying here you go, and they were like, oh, so nothing like that feeling, So I miss that, I guess, to a certain extent, but. Shopping? No,
not the shopping.
I would never stand in line for any. I don't care what it is. I
remember at Suncoast, it was Eric and I worked there for from the VHS to Laserdisc to DVD transition.
Yep.
So when DVD players came out, they were really expensive. It was kind of a high ticket item, and our company was able to get this brand called Apex, and they got each store got 5. And that was it. You had 5, you got 5, and that was it. And it was kind of people were coming. That's when people used to line. That was the heyday of of lining up and being at places at 4 a.m. and stuff like that. It was different. Now it's more like people are fighting. Back then, it was people were online. They want to get it, and we sell out. Oh, we only got 1 DVD player left. So. Mm-hmm. Ray Fry says he likes hearing the music before Thanksgiving because he feels he feels the holidays rushed. Then it's over just like that. So it
really is. It does.
I think what he's saying though is that, because you go from Thanksgiving right to Christmas, he actually wants to savor the holiday season.
You do,
because he feels that the holidays are rushed and then it's over. So he's kind of like he doesn't really have a problem getting into the Christmas music.
Dwight Park. My first DVD was Den in 1500. Of course it was, Dwight.
Of course,
and it cost $1,500.
Yeah, mine was like a Panasonic for $250.
Yeah.
Mike is going to Christmas. So why don't we do this? We'll probably get to it anyway. We may or may not if we do holiday trivia. So we may not. But what is your guys' favorite, if you have a favorite Christmas song or other holiday song? Doesn't have to be Christmas. But put it in the chat. What is your favorite Christmas song? While we're doing that, let me pull up what we're giving away.
Well, he's asking us too. What's yours?
Yes, but I need my vocal cords need a break. And this way I can pull up the prize.
Okay.
As well. I'm vamping.
You're
stretching.
Well, if it's not for me, if it's not the Charlie Brown Christmas, that is an absolute classic. I also you guys are gonna laugh, but probably one of my favorite Christmas albums is John Denver and the Muppets.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. There's a song on there that's absolutely gorgeous. It's an old song. I think it's called Christmas Eve, Christmas Eve, Noel 1916 or something like that. And it's just a beautiful song. It's just John Denver singing it. And it's just like this really, really nice sort of It's not a Silent Night kind. It is kind of like that type of song.
Traditional.
But it's beautiful. It sounds like a traditional tune, but it's not. But that's one of my favorite songs, and it's an obscure song, but it's
Cool.
Yeah.
Tonight we're giving away for prizes. We'll be giving away quite a few tins of the butter cookies from Dansk. Right? You can either bring this to wherever you're going for Thanksgiving and be a hero, or just open it up and start eating them. And full disclosure, I usually eat the pretzel looking ones first.
Yeah, those are good. Absolutely.
I eat the pretzel ones, and then the and then these here. There's one that tastes like coconut. I think it's this rectangular one. So we'll be giving away some of these. Anyway, let's get back to it. Christy is saying, I think the spirit of Christmas gets lost in the whole psychotic shopping experience. You know, I like that some stores will close, let employees. Yeah, I think they're starting to realize that, especially, I think it was in the wake of the pandemic, because stores couldn't open anyway. And then they're like, I think it was a ripple effect of, we don't need to, let's just, let people kind of have that, let them enjoy with their families, or if they don't like their families, however they like to spend it. So Ray Fry, Suncoast fan. He loves Suncoast. We might have all crossed paths. I was the general manager in Yonkers for quite a long time. So if you went in there, you definitely... I definitely sold you a copy of Titanic or whatever else was of the day. Beth is saying anything Mannheim Steamroller. I actually have that. I have the Mannheim Steamroller Christmas album.
That's good stuff. Yeah.
It was it signaled that kind of new agey stuff, right? It was kind of like it brought the new age feel into the holidays.
It's almost. I would say it's almost proggy.
It very much is. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The album. If you listen to the rest of the album, it's like that.
Yep.
Elizabeth loves love the most wonderful time of the year. Hopefully, the Andy Williams version. Do you hear what I hear? Wonderful Christmas time. That's only done by Paul McCartney and Carol of the Bells.
That's one song.
Eric hates that song.
I hate that song.
Elizabeth, note to you: don't play that when you go over there. Thanksgiving is great because it's about family, food, and football. The 3 Fs. What else do you need?
And my sister, full disclosure, I'm sure you've probably seen her on Facebook. She's dead set against, Mariah Carey's.
A lot of people, there's a lot of backlash.
Oh my God.
Coming for that song. Everyone's had enough of it.
Yeah.
Christy's saying, how about Band-Aid? Do they know it's Christmas? Specifically the line, well, thank God it's tonight. Well, tonight, thank God it's them instead of you. That's the spirit. Yeah, I think it was meant to be ironical. It's supposed to be like, you're really thinking about yourself, a little bit ironical. Let's see. What do we got? Ray Fry, the Christmas song, NKC.
Nat King Cole.
Thank you.
You
Carol of the Bells, Christmas Vacation theme song.
Yeah.
Mavis Staples, to name a few. Those are great ones. Nick, welcome aboard. How are you?
Hello, Nick Leshy.
Grew up with Mannheim Steamroller. Perry Como is a good one. Paisan, he's a Paisan. Let me put Nick into the wheel of names.
Andrea Bocelli, yeah. Good stuff. I prefer the more traditional stuff. I like the,
That's all. Anything Nat King Cole sings.
That's fantastic.
Bocelli, Angels We've Heard on High. This is not a Christmas episode. It's open. It's open. And we've got, of course, Dominic the Donkey. By Lou Monte. Right? Those are the Christmas novelty songs. Dominic the Donkey, Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Gayla Peavy.
All I want for Christmas is my tooth front teeth.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah.
Gayla Peavy sang Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas.
Oh.
So, yeah, no, it's not you just kind of came in during our Christmas riff.
We've been talking about Thanksgiving. Dean had
Thanksgiving,
some
Rock and Roll
trivia.
Hall of Fame. Yeah, let's do some more Thanksgiving trivia then. Let's get back on track. Dean's
voice is going.
Yeah.
You're missing quite a bit there, Nick Leshy. It's a very interesting episode.
Okay, here we go. This is an anatomy question.
Okay.
What is the wobbly red piece of flesh on top of the beak of a turkey called? That kind of gobbler thing?
Mm-hmm. I always thought it was red snot, but whatever.
Okay.
I don't know.
What is the wobbly red piece of flesh on top of the beak of a turkey called? And if anybody gets this, I'm going to say you looked it up.
Oh,
It's not called the gobbler.
the gullet. Sean Grady
Gullet.
says the gullet.
No, the gullet isn't the gullet, the neck. The gizzard.
The gizzard?
And we just need the groin for the 3 Gs. My turkey impression is almost as good as my Al Pacino.
Well,
Be careful what you wish for.
or his walking.
Or my walking.
Or you're walking.
I'm walking with my walking. I'm walking with my walking.
What's your
The waddle. Dwight looked that up.
No, that's not what it's called anyway. So
Okay. That just the gonad.
okay, now we've got
Yes.
this far. Hang on a second. So you know this from trivia last week? No, it's not called the waddle. That was actually Yoda's girlfriend was Waddle, but with 2
Yaddle.
D's instead of Yaddle.
That's Yaddle.
The gonad.
Who made her first appearance?
What is Michael? Nope. It is called the snood. SNOOD. It's called the snood.
The snood. See, I wasn't that far off.
My walking is
Snood.
significantly better than all of my other impressions.
Do we agree with this? Are we supposed to?
You know what? There's only one way we're going to solve this.
Oh no.
There's only one way we're going to solve
Only
this.
one way. Here we go. Oh god.
There's only one way we're going to solve this. For those of you that missed it. For those of you that missed it. Here it comes.
Oh no. Really?
What's your motto here? Boys, inform on your classmates, save your hide?
That's
Anything
Pacino.
short of that, we're going to I know. burn you to the stake. Well, gentlemen, when the shit hits the fan and some guys run and some guys stay, here's Charlie facing the fire, and there's George hiding in Big Daddy's pocket. And what are you doing? You're going to reward George and destroy Charlie. Their spirit is dead. If they ever had one, it's gone. You're building a rat ship here, a vessel for seagoing snitches. And if you think you're preparing these minnows for manhood, you better think again.
That's nice. Very nice.
As I say, you are killing the very spirit this institution proclaims it instills. What a sham. What kind of show you guys putting on here today? I mean, the only class in this act is sitting next to me.
Oh, that's really good. Maybe the turkey impression is
Well,
better.
not a
I
bad-
kid. I
Not
kid.
a bad man. Bad man. Not a bad man. Bad man. You hurt this boy, you're gonna be bad bums. The lot of you. And Harry, Jimmy, Trent,
goes along. Yeah.
wherever you are, fuck you too. There you go. Half the fun was Eric's laughter.
Such a ham, isn't he? He's such a ham.
Half of it was Eric's laughter made that whole
Give
thing.
him the spotlight, and he'll take.
I'll
off.
chew it.
No, that's-
You'll drag me
no,
off with
it's
your teeth marks in it.
No, it was really, really good. But I think your
There
walking
it is.
was better.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
You are.
Well, you know what? Read that.
Seriously,
that.
yours is one of the better. Yeah, I agree, but I like your walking better.
I didn't do a clip of the walking one. I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying. Like you put a Pacino on, we're commenting on your walking impression.
Well, because the Pacino was better. The Pacino got a better. Response that night. Now all of a sudden, everyone is Nick is drunk. Now everyone's saying the walking was better that night.
your
Everyone was saying the
walking
Pacino was
was
better.
spot on, man. It was spot on. It was definitely
Yeah?
spot on. Yeah, no doubt. Because
I
your
don't know if I
voice,
can- I don't know if I
think
can
you
clip it.
have the right timbre to your voice. You know, Pacino, you got to growl a little bit.
Yeah, you have to.
But,
I could probably do it better now that I'm.
Yeah.
Now that I'm, kind of in bad shape. Let's see. Hang on a second here. Let's see if I can find it.
back from the wall?
See, Christy says walking is significantly better. Significantly.
Wow,
That's high
significantly
pra-
better.
That's high praise.
All right.
That's not bad. That's about all I. I do more Christopher Walken for Skittles. Yeah. My famous.
Hang on a second.
One,
See if I can find it. Just hang with it.
quoted from, and just, he is. Yeah,
I don't
Almost
think
like with
I can't find it.
impressions and what?
I don't know if it's worth it.
That?
Yeah,
No, you go.
I'll have to clip it. I'll have to find it and clip it.
There you go. You can send it to everybody.
Yes, my Nicholson sucks though. We know that. My Nicholson is horrible.
Well, I think if you worked on it,
Yeah, just do
Christy's
it.
like, just do it now.
I can't. Not with this voice. I can't. It would totally not work. I don't think I could. Yeah, no. I could feel it. All right, let's get another trivia question going on. In what year did the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade first have balloons? When did it first have balloons? Not when did it first take place, but when did it first have balloons?
Interesting. There's the pup. $1980. We have a 1980?
No.
No, it's much earlier than that.
Yeah,
I'm
much
sure.
earlier than that.
Yeah. Ray Fry says 1932. Beth says 1934. Sean, we got a 39.
And of course the voice of positivity.
Nick Leshy.
So we got 39,
1938.
34, 32, 38. When did it start? 35. You guys are I'll give you a hint, you're shooting in the right area. For the ones that care.
I'm gonna say it was before World War II. Right.
Definitely before World War II.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely before World War II. He looked it up.
28.
1928 was the first Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade to have balloons. Balloons that we know now as floats. Right?
Does it say which balloons they were?
No, it does not.
Of course. Okay.
It
Sean
does-
Grady's like 1928.
I know, it's got to be 1928. It can
There
only
you
be
go.
1928. Yeah, it doesn't say what they were, but they were probably very, very rudimentary at the time. Because, the last time we know what happened when a Zeppelin went up in the air.
That's what I was gonna say.
In New Jersey. Didn't work
I
out
wonder
too
if
well.
that had any effect on balloons at the
Oh, the
parade after
humanity. Oh,
Betty
the
Boop?
humanity. It was Betty Boop? Okay.
that. Was it?
No, I don't know.
Was she around 28? I don't know.
I think she was the 30s, but it could be. I don't know. That's a good question. How many Americans, this is a percent, how many Americans prefer leftovers to Thanksgiving dinner?
I'm gonna say
What percentage of Americans
I'm
prefer
gonna
the
say it's
leftovers to the actual
significantly
dinner?
high. Probably very high. I would say a high percentage.
Garfield, Felix. I did see the trailer for the remake of All Quiet on the Western Front. I would like to do an episode on The Whale when it comes out. I think we need to. Do you know about that film, Eric?
A24.
With Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, I need to see it.
Yeah, I think we need to do that. Yeah.
Yep.
What percentage of Americans prefer the leftovers to the actual meal? 100,
100%.
45, 50, 56.5, right down to the decimal. 65%. No one's close. Every freaking one of them. Bingo, we got a winner. 80% of Americans prefer the next day. The Whale looks good, Nick. If you guys we're recruiting right now, whoever wants to do an episode of The Whale when it comes out. Yes, closest without going over. But Mike got it at 80, so he was correct.
Yeah, Ray Fry. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, open casting call for The Whale if you want to be on that episode. Leftovers are best on a sandwich. The only leftovers I really like, I'm not a big. We're not going to get into it.
Why?
We're not going to get into it.
Oh boy.
The Whale looks great. It does. It absolutely does. Okay, we talked about what state raises the most amount of turkeys. Mm-hmm. What state eats the most amount of turkey? every Thanksgiving? What state eats the most amount of turkey every Thanksgiving? What is The Whale? It's a movie with Brendan Fraser coming out from Darren Aronofsky. He's going to win an Academy Award for it. It's a shoo-in. It's done. He's winning for Best Actor. It's already done. So Sean, go on YouTube. They haven't been showing a lot of stuff about it, so it's very kind of secretive. Even the trailer is like a minute long. Go check it out.
And if you're familiar with the studio, the A24, then they make. They did
weird stuff.
Midsummer. They did the Lighthouse. They did, like what was that one we wanted to do? Right, the Lamb.
The Lamb.
Yeah. So
we've got New
eccentric.
York. We've got the Empire State. We've got the other side of the country of California. We got PA. We got Texas, the Longhorn State. Nick is using his detective skills to say it has to be a big state. No, rules out the smaller states. Does it? Has to be California, biggest state. Let's see. The first person to guess California was Sean, and he is correct. California eats the most amount of turkeys. No, on Thanksgiving. I can't believe
who doesn't eat turkey on Thanksgiving though. I mean, I don't.
A lot of people, but I don't see Rhode Island winning this. Interesting. You know what I just saw, Eric, which would be interesting. It's not coming to our area, but DC Films already. I'm kind of out of it, but they're going around screening the Batman with a live orchestra doing Michael Giacchino's score at the theater.
That's cool.
Yeah. But it's right now. It's very limited dates, and they're not around here. That would be nice. That would be cool to see.
Yeah, I'd still love to see a Star Wars movie like that, though, like Empire Strikes Back or something, or or even Lord of the Rings would be even better.
Yeah,
I just that's such a bizarre question. Like California, because I can't. Well, yeah, sure, a lot of people don't, but I'm like every state should be, for the most part,
okay.
But since California is the biggest,
it seems to be a very controversial subject. So let's move towards the original Thanksgiving. Which Native American friend to the settlers acted as an interpreter? Which Native American friend to the settlers acted as an interpreter? Grady.
This is right up your alley. No, I haven't seen the Weird Al film, but hearing interesting things about it.
We'll let some answers come in. What Native American friend to the settlers acted as an interpreter? Interesting answers coming in.
Dances with Wolves. Just watch
Sacagawea.
Last of the Mohegans would be a good one to do too. Yeah, just watch that.
Just did Man
recently.
Yeah. That's a great one.
Yep.
We have two people that got it correct: Sean and Elizabeth Berg. Squanto was the interpreter, friend, Native American friend.
I was finding a book on this from my first graders. There you go.
See, it's important.
It's right in your mind, fresh and.
Okay. Do we want to do another? Let's see. I
think we should do one more trivia, and then we should spin the wheel.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see. I want to find a good one. Let's see. Let's go back up here. We're going to get one more, and then we'll spin the wheel and let everybody go. That's too easy. what meat is the most popular alternative to turkey on Thanksgiving? Come on. Most people have both, which would be ham. Here we go. What, and this is related to the ham question. What percentage of Americans skip turkey on Thanksgiving? So what percentage of Americans don't eat turkey on Thanksgiving? And they opt for the ham or the lasagna.
Oh, so
if you're in
they
an
do
Italian
eat
family.
meat, but they don't.
They eat
turkey.
something, but they just skip.
Okay.
What percentage skips? They go, well, I'm not having the turkey
So they're not vegetarians.
because it's dried out.
Okay. 45. We have a 35. Sean Grady says 40.
Got some high numbers here. We got a 30, 35, 40, and 45 in order. 30, 35, 40, 10.3.
3%.
What percentage of Americans skip turkey on Thanksgiving?
Michael says 58.
58.
Christy says
24.
24.
I think that's everybody, unless Dwight's going to swoop in.
He's looking it up right now.
Well, if Christy took her number and cut it in half, she'd be right. 12% of Americans skip the turkey.
That's not very
It's not
high.
that they don't eat dinner. They just say, I'll have whatever else, something else.
Some ham, some fish, maybe.
Have a corn muffin from Dunkin'.
There you go.
Or whatever
Or
Dwight
whatever
thinks.
Dwight thinks.
That's just the way to go. That's the way to do it. Whatever Dwight thinks.
Losers.
All right. Thank you. If you haven't checked out our Sinead O'Connor episode, please do so. Usually we're shilling that is coming out tomorrow, but because of scheduling in our show tonight, it's actually out already. So check it out. I'm like a big yuck on the ham. But then in 2 weeks, we will not be doing another live show because it will be the day before Thanksgiving. So will everybody travel or do whatever, cook, spend time with your family, which we will do the same. Our episode that would normally come out that Thursday will come out on a Wednesday, and it's a very special episode. I'll say nothing more than it's not about any music or movies. It's going to be off topic, but it should be a lot of fun. So we're looking forward to that. All right, we're going to give away 3 tins of butter cookies.
Sean's
Right?
in the middle. So far, so good.
Stuck in the middle with you. So just so everybody knows what we're talking about here, we're going to be giving away some stuff. I just want to make sure everyone's name is on the wheel of names as well, because I've been known to mess that up in the past and caught holy hell for it.
Ass whooping.
So we're going to give away 3 tins of the Dansk butter cookies. So you can use those to give away to people if you're the altruistic type, or if you're like me, you just tear the thing open and you start eating them, and you go from one level to the next.
There you go.
Okay, so what I will need you to do is, if you are a recipient, a winner, you'll need to reach out to us on Facebook and give us your address so we can get them out to you directly. They should be there. If you get to me today, you'll have them by Saturday. Hopefully they won't be broken. But they're in there. They're in their own little cuffs, little like muffin cup, like cupcake cuffs.
That's the real trick, isn't it? Yeah.
Hopefully they'll make the trip. And just to be clear, we're not providing the coffee and we're not providing the cream. Okay,
Nor the
I don't
fancy
want to come back and
tablecloth.
say, yeah, oh, what about this and this? No, you're just getting the tin of cookies.
Or the plant there that's on the
that's
table there, that nice little place setting.
That's it. So let's pull up the wheel of names, and then everybody can let me know if their name is on it. Everybody should be on it. We should be good to go.
Trick or
let's
treat.
see. Trick or treat. What about the plant? No, not even the Robert plant. All right, is this everybody? We've got Kelly, Michael, Beth, Christy, Sean, Dwight, Ray, Elizabeth Berg, John, and Nick.
I think
Is that
that's
everybody?
it.
I believe
Yeah.
that's everybody, right?
You have
10?
John. You have John DeGood. Yep.
Yep. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yep.
We got 10. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Wow. Let's do it. All right, let's spin it. Let's shuffle it 10 times then. There you go.
All right, we'll do it 10 times. Awesome. This is for the same thing everybody's getting, a tin of butter cookies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here we go. First winner of a tin of Dansk butter cookies. Butter. Elizabeth Berg. Well done.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Elizabeth B. We're going to remove you.
I love that. Woo!
Woo! I guess we'll do it 9 times since now there's only 9 people left.
There you go.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Boom. Here it comes for another tin of Dansk butter cookies. Grady.
Sean Grady. Congratulations to you, Sean.
He's got that tin for his crayons after all.
Or his action figures.
Yeah, no, don't put that in. I just saw today someone for Halloween, these 2 people dressed up as, one guy dressed up as Obi-Wan Kenobi and as Darth Vader, but as the action figures. So they had like the plastic cape.
Oh wow, that's
that
cool.
they wore, and he had the lightsaber in his hand like that.
That's awesome.
And he had like plastic pants, so it looked like he was the action figure. Which is
Did you see Andy picture? The picture of Andy as Obi-Wan?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he was Obi-Wan this year.
Sean, the settlers brought these cookies over. While we're on the subject of Andy, everybody, hopefully everybody knows who Andrew Cremines is. He's one of our guests. He was our first guest, and he's been with us a lot of times. The guy he's one of the most humble guys. He's really humble. He had the opportunity, if you listen to our Metallica episode, Metallica is like his favorite band. Okay, and he got to do a poster for them, and that was like probably the biggest thing he could have ever asked for. And Metallica loved it. They approved everything, so it's not like, oh, he's making it and someone's just rubber stamping it. Metallica approves all these things, so he did a 40th anniversary poster for them, and they really loved it. They loved it so much that they asked him to do another design for they have a charity, All Within Your Hands charity, and he did a really great shirt design that they sold. And all those proceeds went to charity. They asked Andy to do another poster. They were doing a very special concert for some deceased friends. And they asked Andy to work up a poster for it, and he did. And now they've taken that poster artwork and made it the cover for their CD for the live show. Yeah,
they recorded that one-off show.
They recorded it and they're releasing it. We could not be happier for Andy. This is like imagine a dream come true for him.
Imagine your lifelong sort of childhood favorite band, and then there's a time when you kind of fall out of favor with that band in a sense, because other things come along or whatever, but then getting back into them and then being able to do this great art for them is just
he's always loved Metallica. They've been the one. If you haven't listened to that episode, it's called Andrew Cremines Meets Metallica. The story is amazing. Like, the story is so random of how this happened. That's half of the story. Half of the thing is the story of how this happened to him. Right. I think that so to hear Andy tell it is just great stuff. So,
well, his art just speaks for itself.
Yeah, it does. But
it's amazing. Sure. But it's he has
the story of how it got found. Yeah. The story of how the art got found and how they connected to him is just absolutely amazing.
Right. Yep.
It's a really great thing. So let's give away one more tin. But if you can, go find our post on our group page on Facebook and go ahead and like it and wish and give Andy some warm wishes. He really, the guy deserves it. He really is a hardworking artist. He's really great. And I'm so happy to see him getting recognized for his talents, because he really is very talented. Okay, so one more. So we're going to do 8 shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to thank everybody for joining us tonight as we do our last spin. Looks like it's going to be Mr. John DeGoog hung on. Wow.
Right on the line.
Wow. Wow. Mr. John DeGug. So we have we have Elizabeth Berg, we have Sean Grady, and John DeGug. Get me your addresses, or I may have them archived somewhere, but please get them to me. And we will get you out each a tin of Dansk butter cookies. I mean, what more could you want?
Oh.
What more could you want out of life?
Congrats.
Do an album, do an album cover for Metallica and get butter cookies. What more is there? You can't ask for much more than that. So thank you everybody for joining us as well. Like I said, we will not be doing a Thanksgiving episode. So Eric, you want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving?
Yes. Be safe. If you're traveling, just be safe. Hope everybody's getting along with their families, and I know it's kind of a little stressful, but it's worth it. We all need to love one another. So,
Great Seinfeld episode tonight. The episode about nothing.
Yeah.
So yes, everybody enjoy this time of the year, whether you celebrate it or not. Mm-hmm. It's a time for reflection and just kind of spend time with family. Nothing more important than that. It's no matter what's going on in your life, or spend it with the people that you want to. That it's just
Thank you,
Beth. It's that time of year.
Same to you. Yep.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, everyone.
Yep. I will tease one thing. Hopefully in December when we come back, we have our next show is slated for December 7th. Hopefully it'll be a very special episode. We'll kind of leave. I'm being very cryptic tonight.
You are.
I'm dropping because I'm taking advantage of this deep voice to be very mysterious.
People are wondering if even I know what he's talking about.
Half the time he doesn't.
No, I don't.
He gets the email like 3 minutes before.
That's right.
So we want to thank you all for your support throughout the year, and really enjoy the holiday season. Enjoy this Thanksgiving. If you're traveling, travel safe. If you're hosting, be a good host, and welcome everybody in, and let them know where you got the butter cookies from.
We would love to, Ray, at some point.
Yeah, you know what? We've been trying to meet up. We've been trying to meet up for 2 years, and I'm just a failure at it.
Oh, come on.
The applicant is a bum.
It'll happen.
Yeah, we definitely want to do it.
Yep.
We definitely want to do it, and especially since last year was a little more dicey with the pandemic and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I still have boxes of swag here.
Yeah,
I have mugs, I have mouse pads, and I have hats that were made for our meetup that has not happened yet. So one way or another, by hook or by crook, we will get it done. So
yep.
Andy, you just missed. We just
plugged you big time.
Andy, we just did a 10-minute monologue about you and your story about Metallica. So everybody,
here he is in the flesh.
Here he is, fresh off of his artwork for the Metallica live CD for the show the poster he did became a CD. So Andy is here. So if you guys, again, I grabbed the post, I put it on our page. So please hit up Andy, give him some well wishes, because he's done nothing but great work, and we are so proud and happy and excited for Andy and everything that he's done.
Indeed. I was just talking. I brought you up because we were talking about your picture of you were Obi-Wan for Halloween. And
he's like, okay, forget it, I'm out. All right, fine. And Andy, you'll have to go back and look at the replay.
Yeah.
You were our closing statement before we gave away our last prize. Anyway, thank you everybody. Have a great Thanksgiving. Everybody let's put this up. Everyone's congratulating. Congrats, Andy, on that. Really well done. Really great stuff that you've done, Andy. So everybody here at the 3324 podcast crew and community is really proud of you. Really are. I'm happy to say, like, I knew him when. Like, that's like I like being able to say, yeah, I knew him when, and great to see all the stuff that he's doing.
Too.
Yeah, you can say you knew him when when you knew him like yes. when like way back. So,
good Lord. Yeah.
But good stuff. Again, we'll let everybody go. We kind of ran a little late, but thank you everybody. So I doubt that it is definitely not downhill. I think you're on, sir. I think you're on the upswing. Mm-hmm. I think it's safe to say that you're on the upswing. But anyway, for Eric, this has been Dean. Warmest Thanksgiving wishes to everybody. Stay safe and have a good time. And for the 12% that aren't eating turkey, too bad.
You've been listening to the 3324 podcast with Dean Legiro and Eric Kuber. You can find us on your favorite podcast provider, so please like, subscribe, and rate to become a part of the 3324 family. Your feedback is important, so make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at 3324 Podcast and on Twitter at 3324P to join the conversation.